Okay, so how about you introduce yourself to the world?
Sure. Hi, I'm Max Dlugy. Uh, People that play chess
Heard that name for
30 years
years
ago
and
probably
years.
heard this.
When I started, that was one of the biggest names there was. So,
I used to play chess much better than now, but now I have a chess academy in New York
Right.
City
Okay.
and in Connecticut, and we're online as well. We have students from New York to Brisbane, Australia, from everywhere in the world. So.
Quite international.
Yeah.
That's good to hear. We're at the South Jersey Innovation Center, where we're having a pre-Super Bowl chess tournament, and we're right in the middle of it. We have some well-known names here, including Avi Mishra and Max and Dlugy, and other people as well.
Alex Lenderman,
Alex Lenderman, thank you.
Deepak, Cheese. I know their names, only their first names. I know all the cool kid names.
She left.
Oh, Cheese left.
Yes.
Uh,
His son wanted to go.
Okay.
So, did you notice any interesting games here? I mean, we don't have the games in front of
Yeah, I
us.
mean, the game between Deepak and Misha was very interesting.
That was quite
the way like
cool to
Deepak
see.
was like just attacking like a crazy maniac, and it actually worked out. Not always works out against
Yeah.
players like Avi, but
Abi's also quite an attacking player too, right? Or
yeah, but I mean, it was all Deepak there. Like,
Yeah.
he sacked the pawn, he set on one in, and kept up the pressure.
it's
To get
30-minute
them-
games. So.
And then he got it down to a lower time control, which to like
Exactly.
1 minute each, and this is when it's
Some
all
mistakes
it's
are
all
made.
very anything can happen, right?
For sure.
That was awesome.
Okay. Any interesting students you've had as graduates of the program? What
Hans
experiences?
Niemann is probably a little bit interesting these days. I mean, that name speaks for
Oh
itself.
yeah, I've never heard of it. Just kidding.
The name speaks for itself now. Yeah, Hans was my student when he was 11.
Mm.
And Christopher Yu used to come to my camps in the summer, all the way from California. So, and you know, a lot of national champions, about 25 to 30. It's hard to count because every so often someone comes up and says, "Oh,
Yeah.
you remember?" I'm like, "Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. You studied."
Right, of course, yeah.
Yeah, today actually I heard of someone and I was like, oh wow, okay. My student, okay. I think fell over the radar.
How many
But,
students have you taught? Just over your.
I mean, the academy already in the last 8 years, I guess, taught over 1,500. So
Yeah,
so
of course,
you know,
yeah.
remembering
No wonder.
everybody's stuff. But it was funny. I was at the U.S. Senior Championship.
Mhm.
And I'm like, okay, Sophie Morris Suzuki, Alan Wank, you know, they went to the academy. Ellen and I worked for I think over a year privately as well. And then I'm like, okay, 2 girls, you know, pretty cool. Like in the U.S. Girls Championship, I have 2 girls who are my students.
Wow.
And then I'm leaving. You know, I get into a car with another player,
Mhm.
and the father goes, you know, you remember you taught my daughter, right? And I'm like, no. 3 out of 10, pretty cool.
Wow. That's amazing.
So, you know, the academy is doing well. We have 3 locations in Upper East Side, Upper West Side, and Greenwich, Connecticut. We have 9 schools.
Website.
The website, chessmaxacademy.com.
Yes.
And actually, our semester starts tomorrow. Our spring semester starts tomorrow. Called winter
Sign
spring,
up.
but whatever, yeah.
Sign up.
Sign up if you're if you're a strong
Chessmaxacademy.com.
player, like 1700 plus. You get to be taught by me directly, and we have
Oh, wow.
another coach who's like head coach of the Canadian youth team. He teaches a master's class as well, so we have an excellent master's, which is 1700 plus program. And then of course we have every level below that, from like kids who are 3.5 years old learning chess.
Yeah, I belong in that
though
section.
that's more in person, and then starting from like 5 we teach online.
So cool.
So I'm sure you're sick to death of talking about it, but so how young was Hans when you started teaching him, and is there anything that kind of clued you in as to, you know, how good he would become?
Yeah, he was 11. We
Yeah,
met
that's
at
pretty
the
young.
World Youth Championship in South Africa, and you know, it was pretty clear that the kid is pretty talented. And then the parents reached out after the event and wanted me to start training them, and I worked with them for about, I would say 3 to 4 months. Hard to say now, but up until the end of the year. So, and then sporadically, like he would come to a tournament, and I'd see him. I'm like, okay, let's go with games. But I wasn't like coaching them directly at that point. They stopped for whatever issues they had, and but I always was like helping them out throughout the events and vice or whatever. So. Yeah.
Very, very awesome.
And then it was pretty clear. Like the most amazing thing that happened was he was 11, and he beats this like FM it was Chicago or something international, and he wins it 2 nights against the pawn endgame, which is like like a strong grandmaster would rarely win that, and especially in a position which takes more than 50 moves to win. He does it under 50 moves because his opponent makes one mistake, and it's just like mind-boggling how he did it, and all within like 20, 30 minutes on his clock. So it was pretty incredible. At that point, I'm like, okay, this kid is something. This is most talented kid I've seen. So.
What would you recommend to the parents out there watching that have a kid, normal rating 600, 700 in elementary school? What kind of thing should they be doing to improve their chess?
So the first thing is interest. If the kid is interested in learning chess, then you can hit him with as much chess as he could possibly take, because that's the point. If he is dedicated, interested, if he really wants it, then anyone can be made into a champion. I mean, I did it 30 times. I should know. So,
okay.
And in fact, in our school, we just recently started something called Fast Track Team, which is basically if you take 2 or 3, starting from 3 times a week, either group or private lessons, whatever combination you want, you get onto a fast track, which means every month, I sit down for like a seminar with all the kids who are in the fast track, and I work with them individually in terms of like what they need, how study plan for the month, all that stuff. Plus, like they get to go with me to like nationals, team rooms, and all that stuff as well. So, but basically the key is dedication from the kid. If the kid's interested, then I think the parents should plow in the money, whatever it takes, to get the kids enough teaching and schooling and instruction from good coaches that they can afford. Because I mean, the case with Abi, like you can see, like yes, it was like almost like $250,000, but the guy is now in the Guinness Book of Records forever. I mean, think about what you would have to do in chemistry or physics to get to that level. It's like you have to be born like an Einstein, right? So it's incredible what the chess path can do. It's like the least expensive way to start it, in my opinion, and success.
So, what successes have you seen from your students outside the chess world? Have you seen chemists or MBAs or business people, Wall Street people, doctors?
I mean, I think since I started teaching recently, it's hard to a lot of the kids are still in high school,
right?
That I've taught when they were but I'm sure a lot of them will be very successful. For example, like Nate Schumann is five times national champion, but he's extremely good at whatever he does. Like excellent in sports, excellent in academics. He's applying for colleges now, but like when he gets in, I'm sure he'll do great. I don't know if he'll be in what field, but whatever field he chooses, I'm sure he'll do very well. So.
Well, that's excellent. They'll always have a whole lifetime of chess. You can always play it your whole life.
Exactly.
That's very nice.
I mean, I also I was in chess till I was 24, and then I went into finance, and I was quite successful in finance. So, and now I can't wait to teaching chess.
And then back to finance.
Hmm?
And then back to finance maybe after you're done teaching chess.
I don't think I'll be done. I don't think I'll be going back to finance. It's something that I do like it's managing my money, but not as something that I'm going to do for someone at this point. I've decided I'm going to pursue chess.
Okay.
Any predictions on tonight's Super Bowl?
No idea. No idea.
Do you know who's playing?
Huh?
Do you know who's playing?
I know Eagles are playing.
Nice.
That's a start.
And that's about it. That's all I need to know.
Do you have you're in New York City, correct?
Yes.
Do you have a restaurant what kind of restaurants do you like? Because that's kind of, you got the greatest place in the world to find restaurants, shows.
I mean, we have, we live next to the Museum of Natural History, so there are a lot of great restaurants there on the west side. So,
nice.
A lot of like, I don't know, we're lucky to have like a neo-Russian style, like a Georgian restaurant, Russian Georgia.
Oh, cool.
Former Russian Georgia. Next was Chama Mama, it's called. It's really nice. If people have not had Georgian food, I highly recommend it. So.
There you go.
Some
Looking for
77
some Georgian food.
Nice
Let's get that.
recommendation. Next time I'm
Awesome.
up there, I'll have to check it out.
Yeah, absolutely.
Super cool. Thank you so much
Sure.
for your time.
Thank you.